Hey there, I'm Dr. Michael Bennett. Before we dive in today, I want to ask you something personal. How many times this week have you winced in pain just trying to get out of bed? Or maybe you found yourself avoiding activities you once loved because your joints simply won't cooperate anymore? Type yes in the comments if you've experienced this pain. What if I told you that the food sitting in your kitchen right now could be the silent saboteurs behind your joint pain? Foods that doctors rarely mention because, well, there's not much profit in telling you to change your diet instead of prescribing medication. Let me share something personal. 5 years ago, I could barely walk up a flight of stairs without excruciating knee pain. My medical colleagues suggested surgery as the only option. But today, I hiked 6 miles through mountain trails without a single twinge of discomfort. The difference? I eliminated 5 specific foods from my diet. And in just a moment, I'll reveal the first one that's probably in your kitchen right now. Did you know that according to research published in the Journal of Rheumatology, 68% of arthritis patients experience significant pain reduction within just 21 days of eliminating certain trigger foods? That's more effective than many prescription medications without the side effects. Stay until the end of this video because I'm going to share a simple morning ritual that can accelerate your joint healing by up to 300%. Plus, I'll reveal the controversial reason why major food corporations have fought to keep this information from becoming mainstream knowledge. What I'm about to share might make you angry about what you've been told by health professionals. Think back to when your body just worked. Remember that feeling? When you could garden for hours, play with your grandkids, or simply bend down to tie your shoes without giving it a second thought. When joint pain wasn't part of your daily vocabulary. For most of us, there was a time when our bodies served us faithfully. We took for granted the simple joy of movement without pain. Maybe you were active, playing sports, dancing, or just enjoying long walks. Or perhaps you were simply living life without your body constantly reminding you of its limitations. I remember my patients describing their before days. Sarah, a 57-year-old teacher, used to spend weekends hiking with her husband. James, a 62-year-old carpenter, took pride in his craftsmanship and physical stamina. Maria, at 70, was known for her beautiful garden that required hours of kneeling and digging. This is the natural state we were meant to enjoy: freedom of movement, independence, and physical capability. It's what we deserve to return to. But what exactly steals this freedom from us? In 60 seconds, I'll reveal the hidden trigger that starts the chain reaction of joint destruction, and it's probably in your breakfast right now. Then, almost imperceptibly, things begin to change. It starts small, perhaps a twinge in your knee after a day of unusual activity, a little morning stiffness that works itself out after you've been up for half an hour. Nothing alarming, just small signals that your body is changing. At this stage, most people dismiss these warning signs. I'm just getting older, you tell yourself. This is normal wear and tear. You make minor adjustments, taking the elevator instead of the stairs occasionally, or sitting out a dance or two at a wedding. Let me ask you something important. When did you first notice that something wasn't quite right with your joints? That moment matters more than you realize. But what's really happening inside your body? Every time you consume certain inflammatory foods, you're triggering a cascade of inflammatory responses. Your immune system releases cytokines and other inflammatory markers that begin to target your joints. The cartilage that cushions your joints starts to deteriorate slowly but steadily. The truly insidious part? This deterioration is happening meal by meal, day by day, often without noticeable symptoms until significant damage has occurred. Like termites silently weakening the foundation of a house, these inflammatory foods are undermining your joint health long before you feel consistent pain. And the first culprit, the seemingly innocent food number 1, refined sugar. Cookies, biscuits, candy, sodas, and the list goes on. If you've been consuming any of these sugar-laden foods regularly, hit the like button. Don't worry, this isn't about shame, it's about awareness. But sugar is just the beginning. In a moment, I'll reveal the second inflammatory food that doctors almost never warn their patients about, and it's considered heart-healthy by most nutritionists. As months or years pass, that occasional twinge becomes a more regular visitor. Now you're finding that your morning stiffness lasts longer, your joints ache after activities that never bothered you before. You find yourself reaching for pain relievers more frequently. Quick check-in, how many pain relievers have you taken in the last week? Drop a number in the comments. What started as a minor inconvenience begins to reshape your life in small but meaningful ways. You think twice before joining friends for a walking tour. You become hesitant to sit on the floor with your grandchildren, knowing that getting up will be a struggle. Gardening becomes a shorter activity, interrupted by necessary rest periods. At this stage, you should probably visit your doctor. The typical response: it's just arthritis. Take these anti-inflammatories. Consider physical therapy, maybe lose some weight. All good advice, but rarely does conventional medicine address the root cause, your diet. And this is where things get truly devastating. Meanwhile, you're still consuming food number 2, vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids. Scene 14, teaser for culprit number 3. Before I reveal the third food that's destroying your joints from the inside out, I need to share something shocking about the oil you're probably cooking with tonight. The deterioration continues as you unknowingly add food number 3, refined grains, to nearly every meal. Scene 16, social engagement. Tag someone who needs to hear this information. You might just save their joints. Your social life starts to suffer. You decline invitations that involve physical activity. Friends notice you wincing when you move. You begin to feel older than your years, watching from the sidelines as others enjoy activities you once loved. But what if I told you this isn't the end of your story? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share has helped thousands reclaim their active lives. Then comes the day when pain becomes your constant companion. You wake up with it. You go to bed with it. It dictates your daily choices and limits your independence in ways you never imagined. If you're at this stage right now, where pain has become your unwanted shadow, I want you to write "enough" in the comments. It's time for change. For many of my patients, this is the crisis point, when they realize that the gradual decline has led to a drastically diminished quality of life. Some describe it as feeling betrayed by their own bodies. Others express grief over the loss of activities that once defined them. I'll never forget Robert, a 68-year-old former marathon runner, sitting in my office with tears in his eyes, telling me he couldn't even walk his dog around the block anymore. Or Patricia, a 59-year-old pianist, whose fingers had become so painful and swollen that she had to give up playing, her lifelong passion. Medications with concerning side effects, injections directly into the joints, discussions about surgical options, joint replacements, fusions, and other procedures that carry their own risks and recovery challenges. Let me share something I've never talked about publicly before. And all this time, you're still consuming food number 4, nightshade vegetables, which contain solanine, a compound that can trigger joint pain in sensitive individuals. The next food on our list might shock you, because many health food websites actually recommend it for inflammation. We've just created a downloadable nightshade sensitivity test protocol. The link is in the description below. At this point, many people resign themselves to a life of limitation and medication. They believe they've hit rock bottom, and must simply adapt to their new reality. What I'm about to reveal next is perhaps the most devastating discovery in joint health research of the past decade. But here's the devastating truth that most doctors won't tell you. The medications you're taking for joint pain, many of them actually accelerate joint destruction over time. Yes, you heard that correctly. While providing temporary relief, many NSAIDs and other pain medications inhibit cartilage formation and repair. They mask the pain while your joints continue to deteriorate, sometimes at an even faster rate. And the fifth food that's destroying your joints, it's the one most people increase when they're in pain. Food number 5, dairy products. The dairy industry has spent billions convincing you their products build strong bones, but what if I told you the research shows something completely different for your joints? The cruel irony is that many people turn to cheese and ice cream as comfort foods when they're suffering, not realizing these foods are perpetuating the very pain they're seeking to escape. And here's the final blow. The longer you wait to address these dietary triggers, the more permanent the damage becomes. Unlike some tissues in your body, cartilage has a very limited capacity for repair. Once it's gone, it's extremely difficult to restore. This is why people who rely solely on pain management rather than addressing root causes often find themselves facing joint replacement surgery within 5 to 10 years, surgeries that could have been avoided entirely. But here's what gives me hope, and should give you hope too. In just a moment, I'll share the extraordinary transformation protocol that has helped thousands reclaim their joint health when nothing else worked. But I'm not sharing this information to frighten you. I'm sharing it because there's a better way forward, a path to healing that doesn't require expensive medications or invasive surgeries. Before I share this protocol, I want to confess something important. 5 years ago, I was on the verge of quitting medicine entirely. I was tired of watching my patients continue to suffer despite following conventional advice. Then I discovered what I'm about to share with you. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 72-year-old who came to me using a walker. Her doctors had told her that both knees needed to be replaced, but she was concerned about the risks of surgery at her age. After eliminating the 5 trigger foods we've discussed and implementing the healing protocol I'm about to share with you, Eleanor was able to walk unassisted within 4 months. 6 months later, she was dancing at her granddaughter's wedding. If you know someone like Eleanor who needs this information, tag them right now or share this video. It could change their life. Here's my proven 3-step protocol for reclaiming your joint health. Elimination phase. Remove all 5 trigger foods for 30 days. I'll provide you with a comprehensive food list, including surprising hidden sources of these inflammatory ingredients. Healing phase. Add specific anti-inflammatory foods that actively repair joint tissues. These include specific omega-3 sources, collagen-promoting foods, and natural compounds that reduce pain and inflammation. Reintroduction and personalization. Systematically test each food category to determine your specific triggers, creating a personalized eating plan that works for your unique body. The most powerful aspect of this approach. Most people experience noticeable pain reduction within just 14 days. By day 30, many report 50 to 70% less pain. By day 90, some patients tell me they've forgotten what joint pain feels like. And remember that morning ritual I mentioned at the beginning of this video? It's a simple 90-second practice that combines specific movement patterns with a powerful anti-inflammatory elixir. When done consistently, it can reduce morning stiffness by up to 80% and accelerate your healing journey. Do you want me to show you exactly how to perform this ritual? Let me know in the comments by writing "Show me the ritual." Your joints are sending you messages every day. The question is, are you listening? Every meal is either an opportunity for healing or a trigger for further damage. The power to reclaim your mobility, independence, and quality of life lies largely in your kitchen, not in your medicine cabinet. I've made it my life's mission to help 1 million people avoid unnecessary joint surgeries. Each person who downloads this guide brings us closer to that goal. I understand this information might feel overwhelming, That's why I've created a comprehensive guide that walks you through each step of the process, including a complete list of foods to avoid and their hidden sources, delicious replacement recipes that satisfy cravings without triggering pain, shopping lists that make grocery trips simple and stress-free, the exact morning ritual that accelerates healing, and a 30-day meal plan designed specifically for joint recovery. Limited availability, only offering this guide to the next 500 viewers. This isn't just about eliminating pain, it's about reclaiming the life you deserve. Imagine waking up without stiffness, moving through your day without limitation, and returning to activities you thought were lost to you forever. What's the first activity you'll return to when your joint pain is gone? Share it in the comments below. The choice is yours, but I urge you not to delay. Every day you continue consuming these trigger foods causes further damage to your precious joints. Joint destruction is cumulative, but so is healing. Take action today. Download my free guide by clicking the link below. Your future self will thank you for making this decision. Because life is too short to live it in pain, when the solution might be as simple as changing what's on your plate. And for those who download in the next 24 hours, I'm including a bonus video showing exactly how to modify the protocol for specific joint problems, knees, hips, fingers, and more. Meet Martin. When he came to my clinic, he had been scheduled for dual knee replacements after trying everything for 15 years. His transformation after just 60 days on this protocol shocked even my medical staff. I canceled my surgery. My orthopedic surgeon couldn't believe the improvement in my imaging. If you're still watching, you're exactly who needs this information. The link is below. Don't wait another day. And finally, please hit the subscribe button if you